Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
Gambling operator Atong Ang claims there's a conspiracy against him after his company, Lucky 8 Star, was linked to the disappearance of over 30 individuals in cockpit arenas. At the Senate hearing into the disappearances, Ang wondered why he was being singled out when there are other e-sabong operators.
Anim kami na magkakilala rito. Okay, number 1 ako. So, number 2, kay Pong Pineda. Number 3, kila Congressman Tevez. Number 4, hindi ko na alam yung mga kumpanya nila. Kay ex-Congressman Patrick Antonio. Number 5, kila Mayor Ella Nagaño. Number 6, kila General Cascolan, plus 86.
Ang was apparently referring to former Pampanga Governor Bong Pineda, Negros Oriental Congressman Arnulfo Teves, former Agbiag Party List Representative Patrick Antonio, San Juan Nueva Ecija Mayor Ella Nagaño, and former National Police Chief General Camilo Cascolan, who was appointed last year by President Duterte as Undersecretary in the Office of the President. Ang requested for an executive session with senators.
Papatunayan ko nga sa inyo na may conspiracy rito. Sino may-ari ng Lucky 8? Ako. Pag-aralan nyo may ito. Sino may-ari ng isang kumpanya dyan? The biggest, the longest gaming or gambling lord in the Philippines. Alam niyo na kung sino yan. 30 years na may higit yan. In fact, sinasabi pa niya na hawak niya ang mga presidente lagi. Ang isang may-ari, congressman man, kaibigan ko. Ang isang may-ari, ex-congressman. Ang isang may-ari, mga mayors naman, lahat to, nagsasabong lahat to.
Ang's name was mentioned by one of the missing victims' relatives during a previous Senate hearing. Ang claims to be the biggest e-sabong operator, receiving 1 to 2 billion pesos worth of gross bet per day, possibly reaching 60 billion pesos a month. This amount is one of the reasons why PAGCOR has yet to suspend e-sabong, despite the recommendation of the Senate. PAGCOR Chairman Andrea Domingo asserts she needs to get the go signal first of President Duterte, as suspending the licenses of e-sabong may lead to a huge loss of revenues and possible lawsuits.
There is a serious loss of revenue. For last year, the average revenue that was generated from e-sabong was about 400 million pesos. But this year, in January, it was 640 million pesos a month.
Magdiretsahan tayo dito. Ano bang mas mahalaga sa iyo? Yung pera na kinikita ninyo o yung buhay ng 34 na tao nawawala?
Mahalaga po ang buhay ng kahit isang tao lamang.
The Criminal Investigation and Detection Group says they continue to probe the cases of missing individuals. In one case, a witness said the guards of a cockpit arena were the ones who abducted some of the missing persons.
We have a breakthrough in our investigation. A vital witness gave his statement that he saw how the victims were held and loaded by security personnel of Manila Arena in a gray van parked at the basement of the said arena.
But 7 security guards who attended the hearing claim they have no knowledge of the victims and that they only learned of the disappearances on social media.
Nalaman mo rin yun sa social media po. Mga ilang araw po, may dumating po nga sa EDDO, nagtatanong po sa mga nakatayo po sa gate. Yung nalaman ko pa yan yun, medyo nalungkot po kami sa mga pangyayari na yan.
Oh, may pananagutan kayo pag hindi kayo gumawa ng report. You are there not as private army who are engaged in giving services like that of private army ay violation yan sa yung batas na nag-govern sa inyo.
Meanwhile, the National Bureau of Investigation is conducting its own probe.
They come in all sorts of names, represented by personalities both known and unheard of. As national elections in the Philippines nears, various party list groups have sprouted. Some 177 groups are participating in this year's polls, all seeking at least a seat at the House of Representatives. Aside from electing representatives for every legislative district, Filipino voters also have to vote for party list representatives, which according to the Constitution should constitute 20% of the total seats at the lower house. For the first 3 elections beginning 1998, half of the party list seats were to be allotted to representatives from the marginalized sectors. But a study by election watchdog Contradaya shows 70% or 120 out of the 177 party list groups running in this year's elections can't be considered marginalized. In Contradaya's list, 44 party list groups are controlled by political clans. 21 have connections with big businesses. 34 have unknown or unclear advocacies. 32 have ties with the government or the military, 26 have incumbent local officials as nominees, and 19 have pending court cases. Among these groups, ACT-CIS party list, which topped the 2019 polls, has nominees who were either tagged in corruption allegations at the Bureau of Customs or are related to current and former government officials. Duterte Youth, whose second nominee is related to a mayor and councilor, and Mothers for Change, the party list of President Rodrigo Duterte's supporter and OWA Deputy Administrator Mocha Uson. According to Contradaya convener Professor Danilo Araw, the party list system has been hijacked by various interest groups.
Ginagawa nilang backdoor itong party list system kasi mas cheaper way ito na makaupo sa Kongreso kasi you only need something like 200 to 300,000 votes para at least makakuha ka ng isang upuan.
In fact, Araw says the richest member of the House of Representatives is not a district representative but one Pacman party list representative, Mikey Romero.
Yun yung talagang pinag-ingit-ngit ng maraming tao kasi para ito dapat sa mahihirap, para sa mga pinagkakaitan ng mga batayang serbisyo, pero napagkakaitan pa sila dahil nakakasingit yung mga party list group na hindi kumakatawan sa kanilang interes bagkus ito ay instrumento pa ng mayaman at makapangyarihan.
But the COMELEC, which determines which party list groups may run for election, insists it is simply enforcing the law and existing guidelines.
I would like to emphasize that COMELEC is a constitutional body and an independent body.
We have the Atong Paglaom case, which is the case that sets the guidelines that a party, a group, need not be marginalized as long as it has advocacies. So unless those guidelines and prevailing jurisprudence is changed, we will abide by those guidelines.
Commissioner Ferolino is referring to the 2013 Supreme Court case of Atong Paglaom versus COMELEC, where then Supreme Court Justice Antonio Carpio said the party list system is not limited to sectoral groups, and it is possible that non-members of marginalized sectors may represent political parties. Some candidates agree with the need to amend the law on the party list system.
Sa ngayon, nababoy na yan. Ibabalik namin yung original na konsepto ng party list na yan ay para sa mga marginalized. Hindi lamang yung may kinakatawang marginalized, kundi dapat yung mismong nominee ay galing sa sektor. Galing sa sektor dapat. Ang target namin, 60% to 65% ng Kongreso ay dapat puro party list. Mga ibabaw yung boses ng mayorya at hindi yung boses ng iilan na galing sa tuktok ng lipunan.
The campaign manager of Manila Mayor Isko Moreno agrees that the party list system should be reviewed because it is being abused by the rich and powerful. While not mentioned by Contradaya, Senator Manny Pacquiao defended the party list group PDP Cares, affiliated with this other party, PDP Laban. It is represented by the wife of Senator Coco Pimentel. Pacquiao says the Pimentel sincerely served the public.
Pero kung nakakatulong ng marami, bakit hindi? Bakit yung mga nagnanakaw dyan nandyan pa sa gobyerno?
Contradaya calls on the media to give more attention to the party list system and shed more light on what was meant to be an attempt to promote a proportional representation at the House of Representatives.
Get ready for the ultimate in fresh produce, barbecue, seafood, sushi, and more. Meals made easy. Kimchi with wow. Our dishes make you a star. H-Mart.
This is the future. Forget what you know about currency, commerce, investment. The age of Bitcoin is upon us. And now anyone, anywhere can turn cash into crypto with a coin flip ATM. Booyah.
With low fees and 24/7 support, CoinFlip makes crypto so flippin' easy. Go to coinflip.tech to find an ATM near you.
ViaTimes, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. ViaTimes for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. ViaTime has very interesting columnists. You name it, ViaTimes has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call ViaTimes at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica segment of the show today. I have a very exciting personality and she does not need any further introduction because that face is very familiar to our viewers because Miss Girlie, Maria Girlie Pascual is here with us today.
Hello, good afternoon, Cprtv viewers, and of course our beautiful Veronica, my boss and executive producer, owner, publisher. You're the one who doesn't need any intro, but as always.
I guess just like me, you miss Girlie Pascual as our anchor person, and she will be back to us pretty soon, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, this year will be ViaTimes and Cprtv reunion with everybody. And I'm excited because I think we're going to be using a lot of new technology to do this. Because, as you know, Veronica has been a leader in the community. And that's why we always try to support and follow her in her endeavors. And, at least we're all getting over COVID. Hopefully, there will be more good news coming out, even though we have to pray right now for Ukraine. I just needed to get that off my chest. I know you also mentioned that. So hello, viewers. Hello, darling. Hello, Veronica. Hello, friends.
Girlie, we really miss you. Anyway, Girlie, I invited you today for a very exciting interview to get us updated with what you've been doing in your work, first thing, and secondly about you personally because you're such a very beautiful person. Anyway, first thing, Girlie, for an intro, Girlie has been a realtor and an associate broker for the last 30 years. And she has been very, very successful in her work and real estate work. And Girlie, for those viewers who might be interested in knowing a little bit or more about real estate, let's hear it from the horse's mouth, who's very successful in selling and buying properties around our area. Okay, Girlie, please tell us what are the things that made you so successful in what you do in real estate?
Okay, Veronica, thank you for such a grand introduction. I've been doing this, like you said, over 30 years. My son is now turning 36, and I started real estate when I moved here from California many, many years ago. He was just a baby then. And then I decided to get into real estate because I knew that I was a good marketer. So I decided to pick, the most important thing that somebody can buy, in their lifetime. And it happened to be real estate. As you know, the market has been really strong despite COVID. And, the interest rates have been holding. It's the lowest it's been in 35 years. It started at under 3% in 2020 when COVID hit, and then now it's climbing back up, but it's still holding under 4% because of what's happening in Europe. It was supposed to go up, but thank God it's holding. So it's giving more buyers the opportunity to still get in on this very, very hot market. The challenge is supply right now. There's more buyers than sellers. That I can tell you. If you're a seller, you'll be very happy with the returns. It's been averaging at least 12 to 15%, Veronica, in the last years. Yes. It used to be 4 to 5%. Can you imagine that? So a lot of people are using real estate. That's why it's so popular as a hedge against, the stock market being very volatile with all the events that have happened, COVID, our pandemic, now the war in Ukraine. So that affects stocks. If you own real estate property, then you know for a fact that it's standing. It's not, like being manipulated by what's happening. It's there no matter what. So that's one of the things why it's very attractive right now, aside from the rates. And of course, it's very transparent now since the real estate debacle of 2006, 2008. Now buyers can see what they're getting into. All the information is there. And of course, professionals like us will be there to guide you all the way. Whether you're selling or buying, you need to talk to a professional. Even though there's a lot of information on the internet with Zillow, Realtor.com, it's very different when you have a professional guiding you every step of the way. So that's the big difference, Veronica. So I hope, they come to me. There's no fee for any consultation. And by the way, I want to mention to everybody, I wouldn't be this successful, Veronica, without ViaTimes. That is a fact. ViaTimes and TVRTV put me on the map, and it gave me credibility, and I wanted to be better than the average broker because I represented both the magazine and of course the TV show. And this one, I really miss Joe that much. I really have to say his name, Veronica. I hope you don't mind. It's, March. It's March again. And it's the time when we remember him fondly. This is the time, when it's slow in real estate, when, we get that a bit. But he's given me a lot of insight also to real estate investing. So Irogski, wherever you are, you're part of my success, and Veronica too, and the whole show and the magazine and all the readers and all our followers on TV and Facebook. Maraming salamat. I mean, this is my best 3 years so far, even though it's a lot of people's worst 3 years so far. So I guess that's the blessing and the curse, right, Veronica?
All right. Okay. Girlie, your best 3 years so far. Can you please share with us, including our viewing audience, how have you been so successful in what you're doing? And also for the last 3 years when everybody was, everything was down, you are saying that it's been your best 3 years. Can you please tell us, explain it?
Yes, of course. Well, there is no way that anybody can be successful in any business. And you know this, being a strong businesswoman yourself. And in fact, the only recognized, Filipino American or Filipino owned publication, minority owned publication. You yourself have a lot of accolades, get a lot of awards because number one, you care. I think that's the secret sauce here. If you didn't care about the community, you didn't care about the people you serve and your readers, your viewers, I don't think you're going to be where you are. And it's the same thing in real estate. I put my clients first. I listen to their needs. It doesn't matter if they're buying a mansion or a first-time small condo. It doesn't matter. For me, across the board, it's always about them, never about me and what I'm going to make. Because you know why, Vera? I've made an impact in a lot of people's lives. I mean, owning your first home is one of your very, very most precious memory. because you are providing a roof over your loved ones' heads. And it's also an accomplishment. I mean, if you're coming, you know, like we have from the Philippines or anywhere else in the world, if you're an immigrant and you can achieve the American dream of owning your own home, I mean, wow. And to be a part of that, I'm always honored and so thrilled, you know, when people achieve that goal. So this has made me very fulfilled in my profession. And because of that, I think that's where my success comes from. Being able to relate to my clients, being able to help them listen and really focus on what they need. So that's my secret sauce, Veronica. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So
touching, Girlie, because the way you work and the way I work is also something that I care that is everything should come from my heart. And the same thing with you. We've known each other for many years, so I know we know each other. We know what we're talking about.
Correct.
Right. Very good. Okay. Back to business.
Yeah.
Business. Okay. How do you foresee the future of the real estate market?
Okay, that's $1 million question that a lot of people are asking me. And again, I go back to the volatility in what's happening to stocks. Stocks is directly related to real estate. In fact, it's related to what's happening in the world. And again, because of what's going on in Europe with Ukraine and Russia, a lot of people are getting nervous about their stocks. So I do have a lot of people that have invested in stocks, took their money out, and are now buying investments. Okay, that's one segment. The other segment are the people who, because of COVID, got displaced in their jobs and then realized that they like working from home better. So because of that, there's a lot of people that left. I mean, they sold their house and are looking for houses that can have the office, that can have the backyard so they can do gardening. They have, you know, a man cave or whatever it is. They now have outgrown their home because of a different kind of need that they have because of what the pandemic brought. So these are the kinds of buyers that are coming out of the woodwork. And I guess that's why the market is so robust right now. People's needs changed, and I don't foresee it slowing down. It's a whole new world, Veronica. You know that. Even the way we bring news, look at us. We're doing Zoom interview. Instead of me coming every week to the studio, now we're doing this online. So this is how people work. This is how people live. This is how people meet. You know, when they date now, they go online, and everything is like this, either by Zoom or they order something from Amazon. It's at your doorstep the next day. So the world has changed as we know it. And real estate, like everything else, like your business, will keep evolving. But the home, somebody's house will always be something that people will aspire to have. So I don't see real estate, you know, changing maybe in the style of how it's sold because of all the internet-based companies. But as far as being a dream of a lot of people in the world, the home will still be one of the most inspirations that we can have in our life. So I see it being around for a long time. And as for me, I see myself being around for a long time because I don't see myself just like you. You don't want to retire because this is so fulfilling, isn't it? When we help people. So that's why you're my friend. That's why we've been friends for so long. I can talk to you for hours, and you know, we understand each other. You know, so but yeah, if they need advice, I'm available 24/7. You can text, IM, PM. You know, my phone number is there everywhere. FB, in the newspaper. Just reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. So I'm not going away, Veronica. I have a grandson to raise. Kenzo.
Yeah, Girlie is a Lola nowadays. Take care of her 3-year-old cutie, Kenzo. All
yes.
right. And she's on her way back home to take care of him, right? Girlie?
Yes, of course. I'm on my, yeah. In fact, I'm going there now to pick him up from the
That's Miss Girlie Pascual. Miss Girlie Pascual, ViaTimes columnist. She's been with us for many, many years in ViaTimes. And Cprtv, Anchorperson. And you'll be seeing her face more often nowadays. She is coming back to our show. And Girlie, I thank you very, very much for your gracing our show today. And do you want to give one last beautiful words to our audience before we sign off?
Oh, sure. First of all, thank you, everybody. Like I said, I wouldn't be here without you supporting the show, our endeavors, and all my clients, my buyers, my sellers. In fact, my life in Chicago. It's because of people like you and because of people like Veronica and the friends that I have right now, my family. I wouldn't be here. There's a lot to be thankful for. Just think about all the things that you have, between family, friends, God, the blessings that you have. There's always something good that happens out of a bad situation. So that's how I choose to look at life. And I hope that, I can share a little positivity today. That's all I want. Just cheer you up a little. Think about the good things. Think about my apo. Right, Veronica? I'm sure you're the same with your family. Keep you going, right? So,
Yeah.
So thank you, Veronica. I've been waiting to be invited.
Okay, very good.
So I'm glad we finally got to do this. And yes, you'll be seeing more of me. And we're working on getting this weekly program again, on track. So thank you, Vera, for always supporting me also. And, I'll see you again next time, right?
Yes, pretty soon, I hope.
Pretty soon. Next week.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Girlie. Thank you so much and enjoy your beautiful weekend here in Chicago. Bye.
Hey, Veronica. I love you.
Love you.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, dapat!
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a couple of interesting guests who will be talking to us about, if you know or have you heard about CTA? Okay, CTA is being represented by Juan Pablo Prieto, and Axel Hernandez is a student from Loyola University who took his time, both of them took their time to grace our show today to talk about the CTA scholarship given to many students out there. Thank you, CTA. Welcome to our show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Juan Pablo and Axel. I invited you today to discuss about this scholarship, CTA scholarship for students for the STEM career program, and for the students, giving the students time to make use of their talents and, believe it or not, a scholarship that helps economically disadvantaged CPS students, with CPS stands for Chicago Public Schools, and to pursue the STEM careers and construction and related fields. Not only STEM. STEM subjects. They have to pass the STEM subjects Well, what's the STEM subject of Mr. Prieto?
Yeah, so
STE.
yes, it's science, technology, engineering, and math.
All right. In order for the students to qualify for this scholarship that's being offered by CTA, of course, they must really show good grades, right? Qualify.
Yes. So the students should be in a CPS or CPS supported high school. They should also be enrolled in the Chicago Scholars Program, which is a program that recruits from all 77 community areas of the city, and be enrolled in STEM coursework, have a grade point average of 3.0 and a good attendance record.
I see. And Mr. Axel Hernandez is one of those very lucky but brilliant students that are really taking advantage of this program. And Axel, can you please describe to our viewing audience what you do and how you're handling this scholarship?
Hello, everyone. I graduated from Jones College Prep with a GPA of 4.6 out of 5. I'm currently studying at Loyola University, and I'm taking mathematics courses and business courses. And this scholarship was very helpful for me financially because it supported me in a very positive way, in the way that I don't have to worry about financials anymore. And I'm only able to focus in school because the Quinlan Business School is very rigorous and it's very difficult. So taking that weight off my shoulders was really helpful. So thank you so much, CTA, for the scholarship.
What are you? Are you a freshman or sophomore in the university right now?
I'm a freshman.
A freshman.
Yes.
Okay, is that a full scholarship that CTA has given you?
It's a renewable scholarship of $5,000.
Yeah, so the scholarship, which is now in its third year, commits to $5,500 per student for 4 years. And we're in total awarding 10 of these. So we started in 2020. We awarded 3 in 2020, 3 in 2021. We'll award 2 this year and 2 next year. And this is funded through our Red and Purple Modernization Phase 1 project, which is RPM for short. The prime contractor, Walsh Floor, committed in their proposal for the project $250,000 towards the scholarship. So we're very thankful for the prime contractor, collaborating with us to create this program.
Okay, Mr. Prieto, that's so wonderful of CTA to be doing that. That how many students are benefiting from this scholarship right now? I mean, this year.
So we've awarded 6 total so far, 3 in 2020 and 3 in 2021. 2 students will be selected this year, and then 2 students will be selected next year.
Are you? Is this only for the Chicago area? Chicago.
So it's for. Yes, for Chicago public school students, high school students that are also enrolled in the Chicago Scholars Program.
I see. And you just started 3 years ago. And this is the 3rd year. And you will CTA keep on doing this scholarship program, really benefiting a lot. I mean, some of our Chicago students, right?
Yes.
All right, very good. How many students do we have this year?
So we'll be selecting 2. The applications for the scholarship are open, and they're due March 1st. So I know that's right around the corner. So we want to make sure that students get their applications in so that we can make our selection.
What are the criteria for this selection?
Sure. So students must be enrolled in a CPS or CPS supported high school, and be part of the Chicago Scholars Program, and then have coursework in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, have a grade point average of at least 3.0, and a good attendance record.
Great, terrific. It's really tough, huh? So, Axel, now that you're enjoying the benefits of being a scholar, so can you, you are now in your freshman year, right? Are you freshman or sophomore?
I'm a freshman.
Freshman. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about how this helped you and the benefits, and where are you going for the future, or what your plans are.
So like I mentioned previously, this scholarship has supported me financially because it took a weight off my shoulders. I'm able to focus on my coursework and not have to worry about any financials. What I want to do in the future is I want to be a successful business owner or a manager and administrator in the construction area. And, I'm hoping for the best. I'm working really hard, and I wish that I can get there.
Great, terrific. Mr. Prieto, what is your position in the company? Are you the one that directly handling this scholarship program for CTA?
So I serve as the director of diversity programs, and we have a few different areas of focus, one of which is our disadvantaged business enterprise and small business enterprise program. And then the other is our workforce initiatives, which focuses on finding careers for individuals on our projects, on our contracts. So that's one of the initiatives that we have, is like the scholarship program that is really meant to help diversify the construction industry, right? And give opportunities to students like Axel to hopefully get to a point where he can be a project manager, construction manager on one of our projects. And like he said, hopefully own his own business one day and work directly for CTA.
Yeah, is that one of the motivations for the students after they finish school, they can really have an open employment with the CTA?
Yeah, we would love to have them and others like Axel, as employees for CTA, and then one day hopefully owning their own business so they could participate on our contracts. We really are focusing on again, diversifying that construction industry, the professional services industry, and the engineering and construction management.
Okay, I'm giving you, Mr. Prieto, one last word before we close this interview to invite some of our students out there in Chicago to join this particular scholarship program being offered by CTA.
Yes, again, we're very excited to offer this. We're very excited to partner with the prime contractor, Walsh Floor, and their commitment to this. I encourage any student that's interested in the construction industry to apply. You can apply at chicagoscholars.org/elevatingfutures, and we hope to see your application.
Great, terrific. All right. Guys, thank you so much for spending your Saturday morning or afternoon with me today and I wish you good luck. More good luck to you, Axel. You're lucky, and I know you're ultra talented and a brilliant student to really get this scholarship. And Mr. Prieto, I thank you for gracing our show today. Give us a call anytime that you would want our services for the community. And
well,
I
thank you for
a Filipino student one of these days.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us on the show, Veronica.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Salamat.
Gracias.
Salamat.
A blessed afternoon to all of you, our Cprtv viewers. Again, this is Pastor Ed from Faith Family Worship Center in Chicago, Illinois. I'm here to share with you just a very short and powerful devotion from the Word of God. I would like to share with you this topic about the knowability and the experience of God. And as our topic says, yes, we can know God and we can experience Him in a personal relationship. Actually, Psalms 34 verse 8 tells us, taste and see that the Lord is good. That is an invitation for us to get to know God, to experience Him, and to have a relationship with Him. Yes, we can have a breathing, living, and dynamic relationship with God. And so the topic is the knowability and experience of God. And I would like to base this from another verse in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 13. It says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. And this is a wonderful promise because this is God Himself talking to us. And He is inviting us. He said, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. You see, if we have problems understanding the concept of a supreme divine being, a creator God, a heavenly Father, well, I've got good news for you. God had made Himself known to us. He made Himself available, and He used all available means to let Himself known to us. We can see in nature the majesty and the glory of God. We can read the Bible, the inspired written Word of God. And there, when you go read the Bible, you can see that God has revealed Himself to humanity. And we can also feel it in our heart, in our conscience. Solomon said that God has placed eternity in our hearts. And so there is that sense of eternity in our hearts. God has made Himself known to us. And this verse makes it clear that if we humbly, sincerely, and seriously seek God, we will find Him. See, God is not hiding Himself from us. He has revealed Himself to us when He sent His one and only Son, Jesus. He can be known and experienced in a personal relationship. And that's the most amazing thing about God. He desires to be known by us and for us to experience His love, His goodness, His provision, His presence, His healing. Somebody said a person with an experience of God is never at the mercy of someone who has an argument against God. See, the issue is more than intellectual or mental, but it's the stance of our heart. If we soften our heart and allow God to make Himself known to us by genuinely, deeply, and desperately seeking Him, we will personally experience this all-powerful, life-transforming God whose grace is more than enough to reach the deep recesses of human needs. We can bank on God's promise. He categorically stated, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. So friends, brothers and sisters, let us make it our desire and passion to pursue God and have a relationship with Him. In this life, we cannot go it alone. We are facing so many challenges that we need the strength and guidance of our Almighty Father. God is way more than willing to be there for us when we need Him. God bless you, and see you next time.
more fun in the Philippines.
Good afternoon, this is Brigitte, Carino, Cueter bringing you this week's local news from our community. Some at-home rapid COVID-19 tests contain a toxic chemical that may be harmful to both children and adults, health officials say. The Cincinnati Drug and Poison Information Center reported an uptick in accidental exposures to a possibly toxic substance, sodium azide, in at-home COVID-19 test kits, according to a blog post. Meanwhile, the National Poison Control Center issued a warning about the chemical. It is important to know that the extraction vial in many rapid antigen kits includes the chemical sodium azide as a preservative agent, the center said. The Binax Now, BD Veritor, Flowflex, and Celtrion Diatrust COVID-19 rapid antigen kits all contain this chemical. Sodium azide is a colorless, odorless powder that testers dip cotton swabs into. The chemical is found in herbicides, pest control agents, and airbags for cars. U.S. retailer Target Corporation announced on Monday that it will adopt a minimum wage system that would increase starting pay for some employees by as much as $9 an hour, with the highest pay going to hires in the most competitive markets. Target, which has roughly 1,900 stores and 350,000 employees in the United States, currently pays a universal starting wage of $15 an hour. It said in 2017 that its hourly minimum wage will be raised to $15 an hour by 2020, becoming one of the first retailers to do so. The Minneapolis-based discount retailer said in a February 28 statement that up to $300 million will be invested in its labor force in the year ahead. The investment will include a new minimum wage that ranges from $15 to $24 an hour and an expansion to health care coverage for team members. ComEd encourages owners to be vigilant as scammers have recently gone to great lengths by using phone numbers that appear to be a ComEd phone number or even creating email addresses and websites that look like the real sites. ComEd encourages customers to follow these helpful tips to identify scams. ComEd will never call a customer's home or business to say that they will be offering customers its newly launched Smart Assistance Manager, SAM, demand a payment, ask for immediate payment with a prepaid cash card, cryptocurrency, or a third-party banking app like Cash App, QuickPay, Venmo, or Zelle. Ask for your ComEd account number or other personal information, such as a driver's license number or bank information. Additionally, ComEd announced an online self-service tool for families and individuals to access customized financial assistance options, as well as programs to help them manage their electric bills. Customers interested in accessing this free tool can visit comed.com/SAM. Please find the press release attached for more information. By a variety of metrics, women's economic power has increased significantly in recent decades. The labor force participation rate for women has increased dramatically in the post-war era. Only around 1 in 3 women were working or seeking work in the late 1940s, compared to 3 out of 5 women now. Educational attainment has also grown, as the percentage of working women with a 4-year degree has grown nearly fourfold since 1970. And factors like these have also contributed to a growth in earnings for women. While women still only earn around 80% of what men do on average, the gender wage gap has grown smaller over time. According to data from the National Association of Realtors, the home ownership rate for women was around 61.2% in 2019, compared to 50.9% in 1990. And this trend further adds to women's economic progress, as home ownership is a key strategy for wealth building. By some measures, however, women are still underrepresented among homeowners. The volunteer workforce of the American Red Cross of Illinois stands on call 24/7 to respond to disasters of all sizes. Red Cross supporters help us provide a beacon of hope, from helping during disasters and ensuring access to life-saving blood to providing training to save lives and supporting military communities. The Red Cross is there when help can't wait. In March, the American Red Cross of Illinois is honoring the people who make its mission possible every day during its annual Red Cross Month celebration, a national tradition started nearly 80 years ago when President Franklin D. Roosevelt issued the first National Red Cross Month proclamation recognizing those who give back through the American Red Cross. Each U.S. president has issued a proclamation ever since. When emergencies strike, our community rallies together to help families and individuals when it matters most, said Selena Roldan, Chief Executive Officer of the American Red Cross of Illinois. We honor this dedication during our Red Cross Month celebration, and we invite everyone to turn their compassion into action by stepping up to give blood or joining us as a volunteer. Now is the best time to do business in the Philippines. This was the key message conveyed by Philippine economic managers during the third virtual economic briefing with the theme Towards a Resilient Post-Pandemic Economy, organized by the Embassy of the Philippines in Washington, D.C. this morning. Following the strong performance of all major Philippine economic sectors in 2021 amidst this ongoing pandemic, the Philippine economy is indeed poised for recovery. It is our every intention to ensure that the Philippine economy will come out of this pandemic as resilient, inclusive, and green, Philippine Ambassador Jose Manuel Romualdez said. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Brigitte. See you next time.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po!
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. This is Melody Dizon, your Health Matters host. And folks, guess where I'm at? I'm in paradise. Yes, literally we do have paradise on earth. And currently at Oahu in Hawaii. That's how they say it, Hawaiian people, Hawaii. And staying at Courtyard Marriott. It's such a beautiful and heavenly place. I know that the weather out there is not the greatest, but you know, sometimes you have to unplug. I have to unplug and just come out and find my peace again and my soul and all that. So I know it's the start of the new year. There are a lot of things that maybe you have put on your list to do, to accomplish, and to make. The one thing maybe I want to impart to you is mental health, the importance of mental health. So mental health, as we know, is taking care of yourself first, priority. Prioritize your own happiness, prioritize your own peace. So not that you will be selfish, but there is such thing that we call self-preservation. There are things that we call self-love, not in a selfish way, but in a way that when you overextend your heart or your love or your care for someone, it doesn't do good to you, because then you also get depleted with everything that you got. You can't give what you don't have, is what they always say. So make sure that you keep your stores within, you know, your happiness, your peace, your contentment in life has to be at a certain level at least, otherwise it'll spill over, and anything that spills over, be it good or bad, will translate on how you're going to live your life. We know that there's so many things that's still going on with the Omicron and stuff, and really nobody has a control over that. The only thing that we have a control of is how we deal with things, how we respond to things. So instead of looking at things that are we can complain about, maybe we start looking at things we can be thankful about. Help other people, always extend a helping hand. And again, the primary thing that I really want to drive is your own self preservation, your self-love. You want to be able to make time for yourself. You want to be able to acknowledge things. You want to be able to accept things as they are, so you can move forward, so you can move on and deal with your life. So those were just my thoughts, you know, coming here and letting myself just soak in the moment and soak in whatever I have to, you know, enjoy. So I was with great people. I was with great company, great location, great weather. Everything was great. And I realized there will always be something that one can complain about. But you know what? Despite everybody else is complaining, there will always be many things to be thankful for. So, folks, if there's anything that I'm so thankful for, it's you, the televiewers. You've been with us for so many years, for the support you've given to Tita V and everybody else's at the Chicago Philippine Reports TV. We truly appreciate it. And I just hope moving forward that we will, you know, continue on just one day at a time, one foot forward, then the next. I guess that's how we're gonna be able to deal with this whole thing. So again, po, this is Melody Dizon. I'm coming from Hawaii, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.